Hello, this is Jeanette Keynes from Jewelry Arts Inc. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fuse down a beautiful 22 karat rosette. So I just want to show off this beautiful rosette right here that Susie did. Look at that. So normally when you make a little rosette, you leave a little space in the middle. There's either going to be like one, we were just talking like, either we'll put one granule there, or sometimes we'll do a little granule rosette in there, you know, like one larger one in the middle and smaller one around, like whatever fits in there and whatever looks good. We were also talking about how you could always then have a little tiny diamond set in there, which, you know, delicious. So what we're going to do, we set up to fuse, which is just like granulation works. You know, we're going to enrich the back sheet, which basically we took our 22 karat, we heated and pickled and heated and pickled so that we have a level of pure gold at the surface. We copper plated our wires, we laid them out with a little water and the glue, and we dried them. And once we were sure they were dry, we waited 5 more minutes because if you watched my video the other day, you know what happens when you put things in the kiln prematurely. And the thing of it is too, just so you know, like I do like to fuse in the kiln because it adds background heat for you. Plenty of people fuse not using the kiln. You know what I mean? It's not like if you don't have a kiln, like you can't fuse. But I find, especially when you're putting stuff to a back sheet, that having that background heat really, like, I like it. I think it's helpful. But if you don't have a kiln, doesn't mean you can't fuse. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my Jewelry Arts brand tweezers and put this in the kiln. Yeah, whenever you're putting stuff in the kiln, just so you know, don't choose your really short tweezers because your fingers will get hot and then you'll be very sad. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna pick it up, put it in here on a nice hot spot. And if you haven't heard me say this before, whatever spot you put it down at, leave it the fuck alone. That's the perfect spot. If you put it in there and you start moving things around, your little granules will roll, your little wires will move, and then you'll be super pissed. So, and you see how the glue burns off? It gets a little dark. See what I mean? It gets a little black and then it just burns off. So normally I just let it sit there for like a minute to let that happen. Susie was horrified, but we are going to use a nice big one tip. Generally with fusing like this and granulation, you want a big poofy tip. Okay, so poofy means, you know, not oxidizing like you use when you want a reducing flame, which is soft and poofy. But if you're trying to figure out like how much do I turn this on or off, if it's so poofy that you can't aim it, it's too poofy because you have to be able to make it go where you want, okay? Now, I usually use the lid to help cast a shadow. Yeah, go ahead. Basically, the darker it is, the easier you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna use the lid to cast a shadow. I'm going to start making tight circles and start heating up the piece. And you see how the background's all hazy. That just means that we're not hot enough yet to really think about getting any fuse in. Because you'll notice as it gets hotter and hotter, the haze starts to disappear. And what starts to happen is the connection points where it's touching between the wire and the back sheet get brighter than everything else. You're really looking for that like sort of intense marigold color, you know, a really bright orange. And once I see that, I can start going in there, oh, like that, and this, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay? So, looked to me like that was done. But here's the thing, always remember, when you have wires, right, they have to touch every single spot to really make a good connection and look good. So for me, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to really look, make sure everything's touching, because it's very common you're doing something like this. Like you fuse most of it, and then you might have to like press with a dowel a little bit or whatever, you know what I mean, and go back in and do a little bit more, because like granules will at least touch the back sheet. That you can be sure of. Wire is like, I don't care how many times you've annealed me. I don't care how thin I am. I don't care that I'm 22 karat gold. I don't want to fucking lay flat. They just don't. So just know that that's not like a super shocking development. So you see that right there, that little wire sticking up? So I'm just going to use a dowel and press him back down a little bit, and then we're going to pop him back in the kiln, and we'll do the rest. So normally I'm going to use a wood dowel. Oh, look, the Jewelry Arts brand dowels. Is it the wrong side up? Oh my God, there we go. Wait, product placement. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, right. Zoom in, play a little sexy music. I love that. But the thing of it is that like when you're working in like fine silver, high carat gold, wood is the perfect thing because it's hard enough to move the metal but not to leave a mark. Like if you take your tweezers and get in there and like mash it around, you'll have like iggy little marks and nobody wants that. So for example, low tech but effective, you know, press. I'm gonna pop it right back in the kiln and let's just do a little more. Thank you. Okay, I got my knife. And here's the thing, like I'm gonna really just do the whole thing again because there could be another little spot maybe that wasn't attached. Like I'm just gonna heat up the whole thing. Sometimes if you try to just concentrate on one spot, it doesn't work out so well. So you see, we've got our haze. I'm gonna keep building the heat up. But what you will tend to notice once you get it hot is that it will tend to glow brighter any place that it isn't touching.
So now the haze is gone. It's not hot enough.
I'm going to heat up a little more. But you see how the haze is gone? And then you see that little flash in the background like that. Okay, that should do that. Okay, we'll take it out and we'll check it. But here's the thing, you know, if you're doing it and you're like, I don't know, I've done some things, am I done? Take it out and look at it because you can always just pop it right back in the kiln. What you don't want to do is just like go to the point where you're like, oh, I know that went. And who hasn't done that? I mean, if you haven't seen anything happen, don't take it out. But I'm just saying, if you're just like not 100% sure, there's no problem to check it and go right back in the kiln. Okay, so we'll let it cool, we'll take a good look, maybe we'll pickle it, and we're just gonna really, you always want to examine it very carefully before you go on to the next step, because it can cause you issues if something isn't attached.